Good morning, and surprise, I wasn't expecting to do a New Year's Day yarn on the beach because it's a holiday, so I was kind of counting it as a Sunday, but it turns out that Marlon had to go to tennis practice this morning because he and some of the other boys are in a big tournament tomorrow, so no rest for the professionals. And so since he was already going to tennis and that's part of our morning routine, I thought it was a great opportunity to surprise you with Yarn on the Beach. And it's a little bit later than normal because the coaches gave them a couple hours to sleep in. So practice started at 9, but Marlon and I are notoriously early, so dropped him off at 8:30 and it's now just about 9. Good morning, Annie. Happy New Year. Hi Cami, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining, everyone. So we're a little bit later than normal, but on a day I didn't even anticipate being here, so surprise! I'm sure you're all busy with Happy New Year festivities, so if you can't make it, I understand, and maybe I'll see you in the recorded broadcast. Good morning, Miss Detroit. Happy New Year. But anybody who feels like joining me for the beautiful waves and the colors of the beach. Good morning, Marina. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining. Good morning, Christina. Happy New Year. Or Christine. Have a hard time reading the screen a little bit. Good morning, Barbara. Good morning, Sharon, Evelyn. Happy New Year, everyone. So glad you could join me this morning. 5 inches of snow, Sandy. Oh, I hope you're indoors, bundled and cozy, and hopefully even with a crackling fire. That's my favorite activity when I'm in cold climate. I love a nice fireplace. I love the sound and the colors. Thanks, Christine. Happy New Year from KIP in Latrobe. Where is that? I've never heard of that. I have a surprise to share with everyone today too, and I've really put myself under the gun doing it because I'm going to show you a package that I haven't even opened yet to share it with you, which means I could potentially put myself in a situation that I don't want live, but I thought it'd be fun because I think it's really important to share with people that it's okay when things don't go perfectly well, and it's about how you react to situations that really makes the most out of your life. So I think the more opportunities I can share with you the real side of things, I think it's going to be good for a couple of reasons. Number one, to show that my life is no more perfect than yours. I feel like a lot of times with social media, everybody compares their real life to someone's highlight reel, and I think that that is a really tough comparison, and it always makes people feel badly about themselves, which brings me to my New Year's resolution. If anybody else has made New Year's resolutions, please feel welcome to share them with me in the comments. I'm not always a big fan of New Year's resolutions, but this year I thought it was a good idea to make one because it's something that I constantly try to work on and not always well. I want to be nicer to myself this year. And I'm extremely critical with myself. I know a lot of us are. And I thought that making it like a mantra where at least in the beginning of the year you can think more routinely about a resolution. So that's my resolution, is to be nicer to myself. Anybody cares to join me on that, you're welcome to do so. And if you have any other New Year's resolutions, please feel welcome to share them. I am going to do a little knitting this morning. If anybody else is working on some yarn, let me know what your projects are. And let's enjoy the sound of the waves and the beautiful colors as the sun comes up. Annie's resolution is knitting and crochet, so I'm guessing making more time for knitting and crochet, right? Is that what you mean? That's an excellent resolution. Even if it's only 5 minutes a day, that would still really add up over the course of a year. You'd be amazed how much you could get done in a year if you committed to just doing a little bit every day. Sandy. Hi Sandy, yep, I saw your question. I haven't answered it yet. I know that you wanted a video for one of the vests, and I will definitely add it to the list. Thank you. Definitely like making videos for all of my patterns, and I'm happy to add anything to my list of videos that you request, so thank you. I saw another comment, but it scrolled too quick. Sorry. Annie wants to know how she can share the video. Does anybody know how you can share a live event? I'm not sure how to do that. I know it's pretty easy to do when it's in the recording version, but if anybody wants to share with her how to do that, please feel welcome to chime in. Hi Ronnie, thanks for joining. Good morning, Mary. Happy New Year, everyone. Miss Detroit, that was a really good way of looking at some less than highlight things of 2017 to think of it as a learning year. That's a great way to look at it. 12 degrees in Tennessee. Oh, I hope you're indoors with lots of layers on, and preferably with a fireplace crackling. Nice and cozy, and maybe even with some yarn in your lap. Happy New Year, Connie. Happy New Year to you, Ronnie. Lots of people out running this morning, but that's pretty common for New Year's Day health resolutions. Lots of people getting active on the first day of the year. Good morning, Robin. Okay, Terry is saying to share, you tap the screen and click on the curvy arrow, and that's her suggestion from an Android device. Oh, -6 in Missouri, brr. Beanie hats in Tennessee. Good. Yes, beanie hats are wonderful for keeping warm. I'm working on a project for a company who is going to release this pattern for me in March. It's part of a, what would you call it? A subscription kit. And I'll be able to share more information about it before it comes out. It's going to be a really special collaborative project with a company that I like working with. And can't tell you much more than that at the moment, but when the time comes, I'll tell you a lot more about it, including having tutorial videos for the patterns that will be released with the kits. Oh, which reminds me, I said I was going to share a surprise with you this morning. Before I do, is anybody a sewer or a quilter out there that's watching this morning? If so, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to be sharing with you a new collection of fabrics. Just, I've got to finish my row. We all know that, right? Who hasn't said that line before? Robin is a sewer and a quilter, and so is Connie. Okay, excellent. All right, well, a couple of years ago, I did a Day of the Dragonfly collection for a quilt manufacturing company, and it was for a limited licensing agreement, and it has ended now. And so I'm working on developing, fabric to wrap your dreads. I bet that is beautiful. I've often thought about doing that with even my hair, which is really fine. I've thought about adding yarn or ribbon to make my braids thicker. I think it would be a fun way to decorate my hair too. Okay, so Spoonflower is an online fabric shop where artists like me can upload their artwork and have fabric created for it. And not only fabric, they do wallpaper and gift wrap and quilting fabric, as well as 20 other types of fabric. So once I upload my artwork, you can get the prints on any type of fabric or those products. So in order to sell on Spoonflower as an artist, you can't sell a print until you've actually purchased it yourself. And I think it's their way of doing a quality control to make sure that everything's to quality. You don't want artwork that doesn't show up beautifully. So this is what I ordered. You can see the Spoonflower stickers still on there. I haven't even broken the seal yet because I thought it'd be more fun to share it with you. And so Day of the Dragonfly collection was an 11 print collection I did with this quilt manufacturing company, and the actual collection was 23 prints. So once that ended and I was able to make the fabric in another way, I was able to add the entire collection. So this is the 23 print collection, and I've ordered it in a swatch page of 8x8 of all 23 prints, and I'll put a link in the video description later today when I do the show notes to show you. But this is all the prints in the collection. And I'll bring them close. And I'm not sure how well this lighting is going to work for this, but I can definitely take better pictures of it when I get back home to my studio. Is that it? Yep, I think that's it. So that's all 23 of the prints, and they're sold by the yard. I have a quilt that I started with these prints but never finished. The story of our lives, right? And I'm doing it to make a beach blanket, which I think will be so fun to bring down here. And because I'm really just somebody who likes to sew, I'm certainly not an expert quilter by any stretch of the imagination, just a very beginner quilter. I was able to quilt the top together and quilt the bottom, and sew the top together, sew the bottom, but I don't know how to do the basting and the edge. So here's my idea, is that I'm going to fold all the edges in and then crochet on fabric for a border on the edge, because then it's back in my wheelhouse and it's a way that I can finish the quilt as well as make it more my own. So when I get to that, I'll be able to finally show my quilt. Hi Esther, Happy New Year. But so here are the prints. If you want to buy products in these prints, these are all uploaded on my Redbubble shop too. So like for example, the dragonfly wing prints, these are really beautiful in the travel mugs and different things like that. Some of these, oh, this one here, I happen to have this print as one of the chiffon scarves. It is absolutely stunning. Let's see, this one I have in a dress that's absolutely gorgeous. So these really work well for the Redbubble stuff too. These look adorable for the mugs. And then in the fabrics, I have a few free patterns on my website for making tote bags and drawstring bags. So we can talk more in the future about what to do with all this stuff, because I have lots of patterns and ideas for it. But I'm just going to take a closer look at these when I get home to make sure I like the scale. That was my fear when I showed you these this morning, that the scale was going to be off. But I actually like most of them. I love the size that the dragonfly wings came out. These are all repeating patterns. So any of these would just be repeated across however many yards of fabric you ordered in them. So anyway, that's that. Back to knitting. I don't think I even have a crochet project in my bag this morning. Oh yes I do. Got the shrug still. Oh yeah, the shrug that's in one of those Redbubble scarves. Can you order chiffon fabric from Prince? Yes, you absolutely. Well, you could order just these 55-inch square chiffon scarves. You could order those for sure at Redbubble. And I have a book of all the different fabric swatches at Spoonflower at home. I'll have to look and see if chiffon is one of the fabrics, but those scarves would be amazing for head wraps. Is 55 inches square too big? And thinking if you fold it in half, it might not be too big. They're absolutely gorgeous. The print is darker on one side than the other, but it is definitely reversible. You can see it on both sides. I think they'd be gorgeous for head wraps. And if you put a little crochet edging around them like I do, I think it would be stunning. Yeah, it'd make great little girl dresses too. So Spoonflower has a ton of fabric choices, and I'll definitely research that to let you know later today or tomorrow, what have you. I'm gonna find, I just don't remember right now. I remember they did everything from flannel pajama fabric to silks to cottons to quilting fabrics. They had a ton. So we'll get to the bottom of that. But yay, I didn't embarrass myself today. Woohoo! Well, not yet anyway. Cardigan wraps? I think I missed part of a conversation. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There's a group, as I was walking to my spot this morning, there's a little group of people over there. Can you see them? Up towards the edge of the mangroves like I am. And they're doing a meditation circle over there. And I was so curious about what she was doing that I was watching, and she invited me to come over, and I think I'm too chicken to join them when we're done here. I don't know if I'll have time anyway. Probably be time to go pick up Marlin when we're done. Anybody curious, we're back at Vanderbilt Beach today, which is in North Naples. And anybody who's not familiar with this part of Southwest Florida, this is the Gulf of Mexico. And last week I saw a snake at the beach eating a lizard, and it was back in these mangroves, and it makes me a little bit nervous. It's just a black snake, but all snakes are monsters when you're afraid of them. Yes, I do have several tutorials for how to crochet on fabric. Peacock Crochet wants to know if I could do some tutorials on being an entrepreneur. And I've thought about that before. After 15 years in business, I definitely have some experience and some opinions on the subject. I just haven't figured out if I talk broadly on being an entrepreneur or if I talk specifically about the niche of the yarn and craft industry. Happy New Year, Judy. Thanks for watching. So I haven't really figured out what's the best way to start videos on entrepreneurs, for our entrepreneurs, but I would definitely like to share my knowledge. Definitely. So one thing that we could do is, and with any other subject for that matter, is start with your questions. And if you have questions on certain subjects, just start sending them to me at the contact email here or on my website, and I'll just start, as I can compile lists of questions, I can then use those to start certain subjects. Peacock Crochet wants to know who helps me with editing my videos and my photos. Surprisingly enough, I wear all the hats in my business. As I grow and need to learn something new, I have this amazing vast resource called YouTube, and you'd be amazed, maybe you wouldn't, what you can learn on here. I am such a fan of YouTube as the most powerful learning tool on the planet. I think it's everything I loved about encyclopedias as a kid, but exponentially greater. When I want to improve my skills in graphic design, I go to YouTube. If I want to improve my skills at Spanish, I go to YouTube. I'm not afraid to dive in and learn something new. And I've also been an entrepreneur this whole time without capital. So when you do things without capital, it changes the way you look at things, which means you really do need to pull up your sleeves and just figure stuff out, which is an amazing experience to have, and it makes you just more open-minded to new things that come your way. Miss Detroit agrees. She says YouTube is just the best learning tool on the planet. Yes, absolutely. Now, it doesn't matter what you want to learn, you can learn it here. Good morning, Edna. Thanks for watching from India. Let's see, that is, once again, I should have put a stitch marker here to remember my increase spot, but I like to live dangerously and try to talk and not pay attention. That's all right, I got it. Surely there's others out there that like to live dangerously without stitch markers and lifelines like I do. I don't know why I enjoy it, but I do. Just a little saltiness, huh? Happy New Year, Judy from Central Florida. Yes, the cowl that I am wearing is a knit pattern. It's free on my website. It's a slip stitch mosaic chevron pattern. I'm going to take it off so you can see it. It is such a fun pattern. For anybody who's intimidated by color work, this particular type of color work, you only use one color of yarn per round or row, depending on if you're doing rows and rounds. And I have this as a video and as a free pattern for both a cowl and a hat. And it uses worsted weight yarn. This is worked in my Be So Brave worsted weight 100% American Merino that is in colorway Cape Cod Bay and Picket Fence. Judy's pointing out that 2 days in a row I've matched the seascape with my yarn, and that's such a funny observation because all of my color palettes are inspired by nature anyway, so it certainly is fitting. Oh good, I'm glad. Edna says she loves the new videos I posted yesterday on the messy bun hat. Yes, I am such a huge fan of that style of hat now. As someone with long hair, I don't like wearing hats because if you want to wear a ponytail or a bun, it's near impossible to wear a hat and be able to take it off later. And so having a messy bun hat, it actually makes it look like an accessory, and it works together where I don't think you'd want to take your hat off once you have it on. I love it. I really love it, and I would definitely like to make more and wear more. If anyone's interested, I could definitely do a knit counterpart and do a knit messy bun hat. I think that would be fun too, and show you how to knit onto the rubber band like we did crochet onto the rubber band to make it nice and stretchy at the top. I think that would be a fun tutorial as well. I'm going to put this back on. It's still not that warm out here. Oh, now that Judy mentioned it, I do see it. I see it in the sand and the water. Cool. Love it. I still haven't decided on which beach I'm going to do the photography for the book this week. Robin, it's not difficult, but I wouldn't call this a super beginner project. Gail wants to know if I knit socks for beginners. I have not taught how to knit socks before, but if you can do any sort of increasing and decreasing, you can definitely make socks. And if that's something that everybody is interested in learning, or not everybody, if that's something that seems appealing, I could definitely add that to the list of things to make. I have several yarns that I think would make great socks. My screen is saying poor connection. Is anybody else having an issue? Do I sound weird or look strange? Because last time it said that we didn't have really any. Nope, everything's good. Okay, thanks Anna. Okay, thanks Judy. Makes me nervous when I see it, but okay, thanks Connie, Judy, Robin. Okay, thank you everybody. Love all the feedback. No issues in India or Ireland either. Okay, then I guess we're good. I didn't plan on dinner for today, and I don't know what stores are going to be open to go shopping. How's that for being don't know what we're going to do for food today. We have to figure something out. Is everybody else cooking today? Hi Donna. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to go either, but since Marlon had to go to a short training session at his tennis academy because he's in a big tournament tomorrow, I figured we were already in our routine and no rest for the professionals, so I thought as long as he's going and I'm in my routine, it made sense to just keep going and go back to our routine. It's definitely back to a work day for me anyway. So, ooh, Gail's making homemade pizza. Yum-y. I love pizza, especially homemade. I worked yesterday till about, I want to say it was like 3 or 4 o'clock, and I ran over to where Marlon was and went, guess what? I'm done working for the year. Isn't that great? Of course, he rolled his eyes at me because he's 15, but that's part of the fun of having a 15-year-old is doing things to make his eyes roll. Thanks, Anna. I'm so glad you enjoy joining me. Does anybody else enjoy gently teasing your teenagers and making their eyes roll? I don't know why it makes me laugh, but doing goofy faces and stuff. Let's see. Robin is doing vegan cooking today. Excellent. I can't wrap my head around cooking vegan for Marlon because of him being an athlete, but I do like the idea of myself eating more plant-based foods. Definitely. And I wouldn't call myself vegan, but I do like to eat a lot of plant-based food. Okay, going in and out now, Miss Detroit says. Okay, now I don't see poor connection either. Well, I'm almost out of time anyway. It looks like I've got to go pretty soon. Thanks, Donna. I'm going to put a link to the pattern page for this cowl when I write up the show notes for today's episode. Hey, Cammie, thank you. All right, I'm going to have to go pick him up soon, so I'm just going to sit back and listen to the waves more focused for the next couple of minutes. Thanks, Faye. Thanks for watching today. If anyone has any last minute questions, please let me know. Otherwise, let's just enjoy the beautiful sounds of the water and the beautiful colors together for just one more minute or so. Thanks, Robin. I would like to read more about that. She was talking about pro athletes who are vegan. I haven't researched that enough yet. Good morning, KB Fibers. Thanks for joining. Gail, yes, I'm very lucky. I have several beautiful beaches around. Several to choose from. This is really a spectacular part of the country, the world for that matter. Happy New Year, KB. Happy New Year to everyone. It's New Year's Day. Brand new page, brand new opportunity. I love the idea of starting a brand new chapter on New Year's Day. And for me, my resolution is to be nicer to myself, especially up here in my head. Wish you all the best of luck with your resolutions. Thank you again for joining me today. I hope you've found some peace and tranquility in the sound of the waves and these beautiful colors. Hope I was able to answer some of your questions. If you have future questions for me, please feel welcome to, happy birthday to Robin's husband, Carrie. If you have questions, please feel welcome to leave them for me here or write me an email with a list of questions. I think it'd be really fun to share any of my knowledge with you. I'm very happy to share, and I know that you know that. So please feel welcome. Have a wonderful day. Hopefully you're relaxing and just having a brand new start to a brand new year. Happy New Year 2018, and I'll see you tomorrow.